Greetings, everybody. This is Winnie Wriggle, and welcome back to Edentech. I believe we are on episode 6, and we have quite a full agenda today. First, I'm going to start off with the stuff we've done around the base in your absence, particularly the stuff behind me. So you might notice a new building. Ta-da! So I built this in between the barn and the back of the workshop and added the path. So remember, I had the janky setup for some of our growth things and the plastic creation. I have moved them in here. So this is now our automated farm room, if you will. So we have cactus, wheat, and sugarcane growing up. I've hooked them up with some item ducts from thermodynamics. And as you can see, as I've been idling around the base here, stuff has been collecting. It took me a while to get the sugarcane working. That's why it's not there. It requires sand, for anyone who doesn't know. Just like the cactus in the immersive engineering cloches. This is our setup from Industrial Foregoing for plastic. We are pulling latex out of logs using the cyclic block placer to place our logs, and then moving them with fluid ducts into a latex processing unit. And as these tiny dry rubbers come out, we put them in a crafting table and then throw them in a furnace. There is a basement to our little building. This is just the aqueous accumulator with water blocks below it and behind it. And to power it, I'm using the wireless grid power from Extra Utilities. So it serves everything within, I think, a 10 block radius, which is super convenient. Anyway, then we go out the back into the barn. Yay! I'm going to run back into our workshop here and take a little nap. And then we are going to build one of the other structures from the prefab mod. I spent a little time and made an advanced warehouse from prefab. It wasn't too horrible. The hardest thing was the stone. So I used our Actually Edition setup to cook a bunch of the cobble I've been mining and turn it into stone. You needed 4 double compressed and 1 triple compressed stone. The coil of lanterns is pretty cheap. It's just paper and sticks and some torches. And then the warehouse upgrade, because we've been to the nether, I went ahead and made the brewing stands, anvil, enchanting tables, and bookshelves. Not actually that expensive, really. So let's go set this up, because I've already marked out the space for it. We're gonna put it here on the backside of our farm, and it's gonna be the kind of building that's a little boring like our mob farm, and we're gonna decorate the outside to do a little bit better match to the base. So let's pick a glass color that's fun. Guess we did lime green last time. Let's do light blue or blue. Blue. Blue is great. So here's our preview. We're actually basically gonna gut it. I just need the space to set up machines and stuff. Build. Whoa! That's always so cool. And I think we will need buttons to get in here. Let me grab some of those and I'll be right back. So it really just contains space, which is what I'm looking for. I'll probably tear out most of the inside and recover all the material. I will probably do all of that offline. I also want, or between edits, we won't film it. The building is also tremendously boring. I mean, it's a big gray box, and I think we can do a lot better than that. So what I'm going to do is skin both of these buildings using just some real simple building techniques, some logs, a framing, and a roof to make them look a little bit more like the rest of our base. I made the building where we have our automated farms growing to match the prefab farm, because I really like the use of the spruce and the bricks. Looks pretty cool, right? Yeah. The other thing I did around the base while you were sleeping, I made some of the light poles from immersive engineering because they're cool. And, made it a little bit more immersive. Ha ha ha. Also playing around with the Chinese workshop mod. Has some very cool lanterns. We might get to making those later. Okay, so new garden building. Oh, the other thing I did, you might remember that there was a big cave right here. I just covered it up with some dirt Just did a little landscaping to hide the hole. I was tired of falling in the cave and to kind of clean up the base a little bit. Okay, so we are going to set up some thermodynamics machines and replace our Actually Editions setup with those. And we've done very well with our Actually Editions setup with the crusher and the furnace, but I think it's time for a little upgrade. Okay, I am just going to replace our current setup with thermodynamics machines for now, and we'll work on relocating more setup things permanently to the warehouse later. Oh, there's another thing we want to do. That's part of the reason the floor is dug out. We are gonna make some of the other items from Actually Editions. Namely, I want to make a drill. And we have been lucky enough. Let me put my armor on so I have more room in my inventory. Yay. We've been lucky enough that when I raided a couple more villages in our mining world and got a drill core, which is actually not that hard to make, but it's nice that you get one. So here's the recipe for a plain drill from Actually Editions. And part of the reason we want to do this is it'll mine a 3x3 like our hammer will, and we can also add augments to it. Like we can add up to a Fortune 3 augment, but in order to do that, we need to empower both diamantine, which is diamonds that have been put through the atomic reconstructor, and we need to empower Restonia. And in order to empower things, you have to make, let's see if I can find the reference, empower recipe. Yeah, here we go. You need to set up an empowering array with display stands and an empowerer. And so I have made a place in our basement for that to happen, because it's not necessarily a really pretty setup. So we have our extra utilities grid power down here. And I've also made a placeholder for our empowering setup. So we're going to make the display stands and the empowerer. And all I've done is use the thermodynamics, the leadstone flux ducts, which are just power, and just set up a simple cross underneath here so that all the pieces that need to can get power. And we'll hide it with a little trapdoor. So we're just going to set down our array here. So this is just connected to our battery upstairs. Not terribly complicated, but I did a little bit of that offline so that we could do this quickly. Because we want to make a drill. So let's start with our drill, because that's fun. Okay. But first, let's start with the actual empowering setup, because I think I got, yes, block of quartz. So to make the empowerers, you need emeradic crystal. Let me show you. Okay, in order to make display stands, you need both aesthetic quartz and aesthetic green block. So aesthetic quartz is just regular block of quartz that's been run through the atomic reconstructor, and the aesthetic green block is chiseled quartz. So that's a slab on a slab that's been run through the atomic reconstructor. So what we want to do is take half of our block of quartzes, and we're going to put those to the, just like they are, we'll put them through the zapper, magic laser. This half, we want to turn it all into slabs and then stack them on top of each other to give us chiseled quartz block. So we have 15 chiseled quartz blocks and 15 blocks of quartz, and we're going to put both of them through this process where we drop them. Ah, there we go. We get our aesthetic green block, and then if we do the same thing with the other 15 quartz, we get our aesthetic quartz. Woo! Super easy. And I've put a lot of stuff to make this already in the bling chest. Like we're going to need sugar and cake and weird stuff. So let's make, we need 1 empower and 4 display stands. But to make an empower, you need a display stand. So we're just going to make 5 display stands. So we need 5 advanced coils. So we're going to need 5 basic coils. Take those back. Advanced coils. And there's 5. Ta-da! So we make 5 display stands. And then we're going to take one of those and turn it into an empower. To do that, we need 2 iron casings, a double battery, and a Restonia crystal. And I think I have iron casings already in here, hiding somewhere. Yes, lots of them. So we really just need a double battery, which means we need a single battery. So we're going to take a single battery. All right. Probably need more than one of those. That's all right. We'll get there. Single battery. There's one. And a double battery. So we just need one more advanced coil. Oh, and a double. So we made our double battery. Now we're going to make the empower. So we have an empower and 4 display stands. We're going to take these downstairs. And the setup is very easy. So this requires that you've gone to the nether, right? Because you need a heck of a lot of quartz. Or need to find a way to get a lot of quartz. The only thing that needs power are the display stands. The empower itself does not. I know that's weird. It's the thing that holds the thing that you're going to infuse with power. And so these 4 things are the only things that need power. And you can see on the lower left-hand side of the screen, they're filling up with power as we speak. This one does not need it. In order to transform, well, let's start with our empowered diamantine. It feels like these are those QVC commercial things. So I've got some diamantine crystal. The easiest way to do this is to do an entire block. So let's take, so we get this by just chucking diamonds in front of the atomic reconstructor, right? Super easy. I got these from Braiding Villages. So we're gonna empower a diamantine crystal block. It's cheaper to do the whole block, and then you can break it back up later. So to empower it, we can look at the recipe in JEI, and it's basically, so this looks just like the setup downstairs, right? The thing in the middle, and then the 4 display stands, four display stands on each side, and we just need to put clay, 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 so that's pieces of clay and a block of clay, and light blue dye of any kind. So we'll grab some clay. So 1 block, 2 pieces, and let me see if I have some light blue dye. I think we can take a lappy. With a bone meal and get light blue, yay! So then we take this back downstairs. Right now we just need 1 empowered diamantine to make our, this is for an augment in the drill. So we're gonna set the block of diamantine in the middle, and we're gonna take the 2 clay pieces, the 1 clay block, and the 1 blue dye. And as soon as you get the recipe collect, you'll see the animation that tells you it's empowering the block in the middle using power and then the items you've put. So this is just a crafting mechanism for actual additions. And it's kind of fun and cool looking. It takes a minute. A little bit of time, a little bit of power. And when it's done, you can pick it up off the display stand with a bare hand. And we can turn these back into empowered, little bitty empowered diamantine crystals. I think the recipe we're looking for needs the block. So the other thing we need to empower are Restonia crystals. So let's go ahead and do that while we have our empower set up. The easiest way, as you might suspect, is to empower an entire block of redstone. But first, we need to run it through the atomic reconstructor to turn it into Restonia. And then we want to empower the Restonia. So if we look at the recipe here, we need a nether brick, a piece of redstone, a regular brick, and red dye. And I think I have a regular brick and a nether brick and a piece of redstone and maybe some red dye, possibly. Oh yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so we'll run downstairs and do the same thing with our Restonia block. Put it in the middle, and then put all the other pieces around the edge. And I don't think the order matters. So we'll wait for the animation. So it's empowering the Restonia. Again, using power. We should go look at our power levels after this. It does take quite a bit, actually. I don't know how much the book may tell us. And then again, pick it up with a bare right hand. So now we have an empowered Restonia crystal block. And for this, we're going to need the pieces, not the block. So we'll go ahead and break those down and then stick them in the bling chest to make our recipes. Okay, so drill. We're going for the basic drill recipe. Oh, look, we have our diamantine. I need 4 Inori crystal blocks. So I think I have, yeah, I have Inori crystal. So let's make some blocks out of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more in case we need them. And we need 2 advanced coils. And boom, there's our drill. Ta-da! Okay, but this is a very... it's not powered. which is another reason I want to make some of the machines from thermodynamics. Because it requires 250,000 crystal flux or RF to charge it in order for it to work. So we're also going to make a couple of items from thermodynamics, one of which is a flux capacitor. This allows you to store energy to charge items in your inventory. And I think we have enough materials to get up to maybe the 3rd tier one. Either 4 or 9 million RF we can store so we can charge the drill as we're holding it. The other thing I want to make from thermodynamics is a magnet, the fluxomagnet. So this gives you a radius of 4. I think we can get all the way up to the reinforced version, which gives you a radius of 6. Works like any other magnet, pulls items that are on the ground towards you into your inventory, which is very useful. But for our drill, we want to upgrade it. And so by default, it's a 1x1. We want to increase its speed, and we want to increase its mining radius. So I want to make it, instead of a 1x1, we want to make it a 3x3. So I'll show you how to put all these in here. Let's start with speed. So this is a drill speed augment 1. It's just Restonia, Inori, and sugar. So there's 1 upgrade. These are upgrades. Here's upgrade 2, which gives you a good speed upgrade. I don't ever see the need to go to 3 on the speed. 2 is plenty fast for most servers. This is just a Inori crystal, sugar, and a cake. I've already made the cake using our wonderful multi-block kitchen. And then, so at a minimum, I just want it to do a 3x3. Again, this is with diamantine and a basic coil. So let's make a basic coil. And then I think we're going to need to charge. Yeah, we have 1. Let's do 3 more diamonds in the atomic reconstructor. Ooh. Ta-da! And now we should have a 3x3 upgrade. So to add the upgrades to your drill, you shift right click and it opens up a UI in the drill. So I can put my drill speed augments. And it's limited, as you can see. You can only put 5 in here. So we're gonna make we're gonna add up to the drill speed augment 2. We're gonna keep the 3x3 augment, and then we will add the 2 fortune augments to it. So let's see if we have enough. What do we need to do the fortune ones? Okay, there's our empowered diamantine crystal. I need 4 blocks of glowstone, which I may have hiding somewhere else. No. So we need 16 glowstone to make 4 blocks. To drill augment fortune 1. Get. Now, fortune 2, a little more complicated. Still need 4 more glowstone. Ta-da. But we also need the empowered Restonia. We have that, but we need an ender casing, which is 4 more empowered diamantine crystals and a block of black quartz. And some ender pearls. Okay, so I need to empower one more block. We're going to go ahead and empower a whole block since it's cheaper. And we're going to get our clay ready. And I already have another light blue dye. So we're going to do the same thing we did before. And I might fast forward to key parts of it. And this, of course, we're going to turn back into individual diamantines. Probably saying that wrong. That's all right. Because we want our Fortune 2 Ender Casing. Sorry, Fortune 3. I'm glad it kind of skips, right? This is the Fortune Augment 2, but it gives you Fortune 3 on the tool, which is very handy. So now we have a drill. We just don't have any way to power it. So let's do a little thermodynamics next while we're here, because that setup will be very helpful. One of the blocks I want to make from thermodynamics is called the energetic infuser. It lets you charge items with RF, and there is an upgrade specific to that called the flux linkage concentrator, which allows for you to recharge those items very quickly. And that upgrade is very cheap. It's just silver and electrum and stuff. So let's go ahead and make some of our thermodynamics machines, thermal expansion machines. First one up is the redstone furnace. Okay, redstone furnace. We're going to need a few machine frames. I think at least 4. So let's go ahead and make 4 10 gears. And ooh, why can't I make that 4th one? What's missing? Glass. Good news is I cooked up a bunch of glass earlier. One more machine frame. Yay! Okay. We also are probably going to need a couple of these redstone reception coils. We'll just make 4 of them. Definitely need a couple copper gears. We won't make a bunch of those because each machine uses different gears. You look at the recipe. So there's our redstone furnace, and then each of the thermal foundation, thermal expansion machines can be upgraded. And you use these upgrades: hardened upgrade, reinforced upgrade, etc. Hardened is very cheap. It's just bronze and invar, which we already have. And then reinforced is electrum and the hardened glass. So this is the other reason we need to go ahead and get into thermal expansion and thermal foundation, is to get this hardened glass so we can upgrade our machines. Okay, so now let's do our pulverizer, which needs a piston, which I'm sure I have. What else do we need? 2 more copper gears. And, oh, did I already have a redstone? I do. Here we go. Pulverizer get. And then an induction smelter. So we need sand, an invar gear, and 2 copper gears. 2 more copper gears. An invar gear. I did make invar in the Tinker Smeltery. And you make invar by putting iron with nickel. So it's 2 iron to 1 nickel gives you invar. So we just did that in the smeltery because I knew we'd be getting into the thermal expansion machines. Okay, so we need our induction smelter. We just need 2 pieces of sand. Boop, boop. There's that. And then last but not least, the energetic diffuser so we can charge stuff. This one's a little more complicated. A couple of copper gears. Let's see what else. A lead gear. Not hard. 2 redstone transmission coils, which is just silver and redstone. Another machine frame, and I think that's it. There we go. Energetic infuser. So we're going to set these up just like very similarly to our setup for the actually additions processing, except I need 1 more power cable right there. Now these are lovely because they actually do not need they talk to one another. You can configure their output. So orange is out, blue is in. And you can see with this lights up orange just means whatever I pulverize in here will exit out here and will get ejected to the right. And so this one, if I make the left side an input, which is blue, and we're going to make the top the output. There we go. So this one, the input should be the top. I don't want to do anything there. Are you still powered? Yes. And you have power? Yes. Their power automatically hooks up to the back. And then I'm going to put chests on top of that so we can do our same little ore processing trick if we need to. Only in this case, I think what we want to do is make these iron chests. Because an iron chest, each iron chest is as big as a double chest. They don't connect, which is nice. So now we have an input on the left and an output on the right. So anything I put in here, that is an ore. Do I have some? Yes, I have some copper. Let's do that. Chuck our copper in here. Oh, and I have to make sure that auto input is enabled. Right now it's disabled. So auto input enabled, and then auto output is enabled on the other one. So you can see it's grinding the copper. And it's going into our redstone furnace to be cooked. It's too fast. And then it's ending up in the chest on the top. Much more compact version of the Actually Edition setup we had. A little bit more resource intensive. So you can do this super early game, but the Actually Edition stuff is so cheap. It's so nice. And then we're going to set down our induction smelter and our energetic infuser. And this is where we can put our drill to give it power. Right? And you see how slow that's going? Oh, we'd be here all week. So let's add an augment to that energetic infuser. First, we're going to upgrade the machine so that we can add an augment. And we're going to do that with a hardened upgrade kit, which is 1 bronzed here, some redstone, and some invar. And you just take this little thing and right-click the machine, and you see we get the message, block successfully upgraded. Now we have an energetic infuser that's upgraded to hardened. It increases its power capacity, and under augmentation, you now have the ability to put an augment in it or another upgrade. So we're going to make that cool energetic infuser specific upgrade if I can find it. Let's see. Here we go. It's the one with a little lightning bolt on it. Flux linkage concentrator. Okay, so we need 2 silver plates, a redstone conductance coil, and an electrum gear. Like our gear. Our conductance coil is just electrum and redstone. And then the 2 silver plates is easy because we have immersive engineering. So we just need the hammer from immersive engineering, and our own crafting grid gives us silver plates. Now we can also make a machine from thermal expansion that will make plates for us. I believe it's the compactor, and it allows you to make plates and wires and all kinds of cool stuff. But the hammer is the cheap way to go if you're not mass producing things. So here's our augment flux linkage. You can either open up the UI on the machine and set it in, or just take the upgrade that you want to apply and right click the machine. So now you can see that the augment flux linkage concentrator has been added, and now when we stick our drill in there, look how much faster it is in terms of adding the RF. I mean, it's so fast it's pulling all the power out of it. And our drill holds 250K RF / crystal flux, because crystal flux and RF are equal. So it'll take just a second for it to fully charge. So now we have a fully charged drill. I'm going to empty my inventory. And we can run this down in our mine shaft. Now, mind you, that 250k RF is not a whole lot of RF, but look at this. It's Fortune 3. And look how fast that goes. This is way faster than our hammer. That'll be very nice for mining. So that's our drill from Ashley Editions. Very exciting. Okay, next up, we are quickly going to make the magnet from thermodynamics and the flux capacitor so that we can have power in our inventory when we're mining. And then I'm saving a surprise for the end of the episode. We're going to go on a little adventure. There might be some dragon slaying involved, folks. I think it's time we kill the dragon. But first, let's get some energy in our inventory here. So flux capacitor, the basic level, like this is great. It's 1,000,000 RF, which is 4 times what our drill holds for nothing. Like lead and copper and some sulfur. Super cheap. Let's go ahead and upgrade it to 4 million. I think we can do that because we have Invar and tin. And that might be a great place to start. Let's chuck this in our energetic infuser. And we'll probably leave it here a minute because our battery only holds 5 million. So we'll let it drain the battery for a little bit while we make the magnet. So let's go ahead and upgrade this one to Invar. And I don't think I have a copper nugget, but we can fix that. Copper nugget. And then let's do a hardened one, which just needs an Invar nugget. So that'll give us a radius of 6, and it needs to be charged. And it'll get charge from the flux magnet that we're going to put in our inventory. In fact, we can charge the magnet. So it holds 240k. It should be pretty quick. And there it is. 240k, fully charged electromagnet. You press V to turn it on, I'm pretty sure. So if I have it in my hand and hit V, it says attraction enabled, so you can toggle it on and off. So now if I drop things, it should zoom it to me. In fact, we're gonna put that back in the charger so it can get a charge. And I think you can wear it as a bauble, which is great. So right now we've got our magnet is active and should be pulling a charge from the flux capacitor once we put the flux capacitor in our inventory. So 2 more helpful things from helpful utility items from thermodynamics. Next up, I think we should kill the dragon. I have a pretty good sword. I have a good bow made from Tinkers. We have really good armor. This emeradic crystal is better than diamond. And I think it's time to go try to find the end portal and the ender dragon. And I guess let's make 20. That should be plenty. Please say 20 is enough to find the end portal. Okay, so let's see if we can find an end portal. Ooh. There we go. And it broke. See, it's why I made 20. Goodness gracious. Okay, so I'm going to go off in this direction for a while, and then we'll stop again in a minute and check our bearings. Must be here. Let's try it. Oh! Hark! We found it! Okay, all monsters, beware. We're coming through. Hi. Ooh, the library. That's exciting. Okay, well that was exciting. Alrighty, I'm gonna wander around a little bit, and when I find the actual end portal, I will let you know. We found it! Source fish spawner die. Well good, we have, oh there's 3 in here. That's a miracle. Put our eyes vendor. There it is. Sorry, I do not believe in having lava under my end portals. That just seems dumb. And what are the odds I'm gonna die? Probably pretty low. We should be fine, right? Sure. Let's go kill the dragon. Woo! Slime, where's the dragon? Hey, girl. What's up? She's still gonna leave quite a mark, so let's get rid of these quickly. Wow, flying makes this so much easier than vanilla. My Winnie Wriggle vanilla let's play, we're almost ready to go try the dragon. We need to get a little bit more gear. Okay, that's all the free floating ones. Yep, thanks. Trick is not to blow yourself up while you're trying to get rid of the... Oh, I might have wanted to get Dragon's Breath. We're going to be killing the dragon a lot, because that'll be required for some of the late game stuff. Okay, that is all of... That's all of the rechargers. Hey. Oh, that'll leave a mark. Come here. She leaves a mark. Heavy hitter. Almost! So close! There she is. Yay! And I've made some Enderman mad too. Wow. Guys, I gotta pick up the stuff that he dropped. Why you gotta be so mad? Okay, I'm gonna clean up around here and pick up this XP and pick up some of our drops. Okay, is that all the Endermen that are mad at us? That'd be great if it were. Is that everybody? So I gotta pick up some important stuff here. Okay. Did we get it? We got an epic shader grab bag. There it is, a dragon heart for Draconic Evolution. That's muy importante. Another thing we're gonna get are ender lilies. Well, yay, that was not a necessarily incredibly exciting dragon fight, but relatively quick. Let me take a look around and make sure there's nothing else I really need. Oh, there are silence gems that are unique to the end. Okay, let me grab a bunch of those while we're here, and then I'll meet you guys back at base, probably. Welcome back, everybody. Now that we have successfully slayed the Ender Dragon, we can continue to progress through some of the other mods. Today we took a look at the automated guarding building I built. We built an advanced warehouse from the prefab mod. We got a basic thermodynamic setup and thermal expansion with our pulverizer, furnace, induction smelter, and charger. We made the magnet and flux capacitor from thermal expansion, as well as the drill from Actually Edition. So I will get to some serious resource collection between this episode and the next. And I think that is going to do it for today. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed it, please click that like button. And if you'd like to keep up with what's going on the channel, please do consider subscribing. Thanks again. And everyone, remember that you are the shiny stuff that awesome is made of.